guys, welcome back to another ASMR video. As you can tell today by the screen, we are back doing yet another D&DBeyond video. This is just going to be pure whispers today, no gum chewing, and we are going to be levelling up our character. Wilco's Silverflower are currently level 4 Warlock, Halfling Warlock of the Great One patron. I'm just seeing if there's a way I can. So I can see if I had like a mouse pad or something I could use, because I realise the scratching sounds are not too pleasant, but there we go. Alright, so today we are going to be levelling up Wilco. So we're going to go to level 5. We might go beyond to level 6. Depending on how quick it is. Oh gosh, I just burnt my leg on the radiator. Time to turn that off. So we're going to be levelling up to level 5, which I believe will give us access now to some 3rd level spells. I do believe as we add spells on here, there we go. First chance we can get to go up to 3rd level. But before we do that, we're going to go to do our Eldritch invocations. So when we hit 5th level, we get a couple more. We get to do level 5 options, which does provide us with a few additional, I guess, options here, right? So we're going to take a look at what we've got. So let's just take a look up here. Do we have Agonizing Blast? I don't think we do yet. We have Pact to the Tome, and we have Lessons of the First One, and I think we have another one, don't we? Maybe. No, maybe that was it. Misty Visions, that's it. So we've got a couple more options here. We are going to look at a couple of these. We've already looked at some of them, but a couple should be level 5 plus ones, such as Ascendant Step, which means you can cast Levitate on yourself without expending a spell slot, which is kind of cool. Tempted by that one, to be honest. So that is Ascendant Step. We have Gates of the Two Minds, which I think is a level 5th one, a level above. Gaze of the Two Minds, you can use a bonus action to touch a willing creature and perceive through its senses until the end of your next turn. As long as the creature is on the same plane of existence as you, you can take a bonus action on a subsequent turn to maintain this concentration, extending the duration until the end of your next turn. The concentration ends, the connection, ends if you don't maintain it this way. While perceiving through the other creature's senses, you benefit from any special senses possessed by that creature, and you can cast spells as if you were in your space or the other creature's space if the two of you are within 60 feet of each other. So that's quite interesting. It's an interesting one. Case of the Two Minds definitely would be thematically relevant for our Warlock. Ascendant Step could be quite interesting as well. Let's take a look through some of these we've already seen, because I've got Devil's Sight here. Devil's Sight is kind of a standard, but I want to get a little bit more interesting with it. Fiendish Vigor, Gift of the Depths might be level 5, there we go. You can breathe underwater and you gain a swim speed equal to your speed. You can also cast water breathing once without expending a spell slot. You gain the ability to cast it in this way again when you finish a long rest. So you can breathe underwater and you gain a swim speed. Honestly, it's kind of tempting to go with Gift of the Depth with Old One Warlock, because part of what I would like as we're going along in the character, developing them and levelling them up, we're also thinking about the story of this character, and the patron has been kind of a little bit more vague until now. Maybe we could have it be something that's related to the water, to the depths, like in Aboleth or something like that. Maybe the text is from the old Aboleth Empire, or like cultists that were worshipping the Aboleths and made this text, and that's what the character ended up reading. We'll continue on to look though. Lessons of the First Ones is another one of the origin feat ones. We can take another origin feat if we wanted to do it in Cleric or Druid, Magic Initiate or any of the other ones. Probably not going to go go for that one though. Mask of Many Faces, I think that was 2. Yeah, it's the Sky spell. Master of Myriad Forms. So you can cast the Alter Self spell without expending a spell slot, which would be interesting. One with the shadows. While you're in an area of dim light or darkness, you can cast invisibility on yourself without expending a spell slot, which is pretty good. Otherworldly Leap, I think that was, yeah, level 2. Pact of the Blade and the Chain, and then Repelling Blast. Yeah, so we have a couple of options here. I think we are going to go with Gift of the Depths. I think I'm going to be leaning towards. There is this sort of like, maybe it is an aboleth or something, we don't know quite just yet. Maybe that's just a very vague notion of what it is. So that's one. And then the other one, I think the Alter Self would be thematically relevant for what we are doing. What are the other ones? We have Pact of the Tome, Lessons of the First One, and Magic Initiate. I think that makes more sense thematically, so we're going to go with that. Beyond that, that's what we get at level 5, is these 2 additional ones, but we do get to pick some spells. What you will notice probably is as we level up in other classes like Fighter or something like that, depending on the subclass of course, we might see that we're not doing quite as much in-depth stuff as this, right, if we do that, because we're not having to pick spells. Like, for example, it's probably going to be done by that point. In some cases it'll just be, here's a new thing that you get, as opposed to actually making choices. So, level 5 here, we don't get another cantrip yet. We do get to pick another spell, and I think now that we're at level 3 we should pick a 3rd level spell. And we've got a few here. We've got Counterspell, which is always quite fun to use to spell magic. Clairvoyance. Clairvoyance is an interesting one. Lets you create an invisible sensor. We've got Fly, which also would be worthwhile. Hunger of Adar, which is a pretty good one as well. It's kind of tempting to do that one. Vampiric Touch would also be quite interesting, but we don't want to do yeah, melee attacks. I'd rather not have to do melee. Tongues would be quite interesting. The ability to understand any spoken or signed language that it hears or sees. Summon Undead. Summon Fae. Not really in the ballpark of what we're looking for here. Major Image would definitely be within the theme of, I guess. Actually, let's just double check something here. What was it? Psychic spells, enchantment or illusion. Can change any damage to psychic. In addition, when you cast a Warlock spell that is enchantment or illusion, you can do so without verbal or somatic components. Okay. Maybe we should have changed Mind Spike to something different, but there we go. No Fireball. That would be crazy. Alright, let's click on here. This is a hard one. I feel like, if I'm honest, Fear is quite interesting. It definitely would be interesting. Hypnotic Pattern would also be quite interesting. What is this? An illusion. Fear is probably illusion as well, based on the symbol. Transmutation. Conjuration. Divination. Abjuration. So close. This is divination. Yeah. Necromancy. There we go. Okay. It's tempting to go with Hypnotic Pattern. It's a pretty good area spell. maybe I should do a video like this when I level up my actual character. So I do have a character in a game. It was a goblin cleric, life cleric, using the 2024 rules. And maybe when I level that character up I should do a video, because that actually will be meaningful choices that I have to make. Whereas this isn't actually a character that's going to ever get used, right? Unless I decide to do a one shot. Could I ever become a character, like an NPC that could be used later down the line, so I guess it's not totally irrelevant. I am recording, right? It's worth just checking. I'm going to go with hypnotic pattern. Because I think that's an interesting one to go for. So hypnotic pattern has been added, and that is the next spell that we learn, and I believe that's everything. I don't think we have any additional things after that now. So yeah, through all of these, back to the sheet, I believe. So that is now level 5. We can see our new Eldritch invocation somewhere, wherever it is. Where is it? The myriad of forms here. Water breathing, 1 spell, long rest. We can cast water breathing. Alright, I think what we're going to do is now level up. Again, we're going to go to 6. I don't know what features we'll actually get here. I don't think there's much. Yeah, as you can see, as we hit level 6, there's not much there. And we'll just check in the book that I'm not missing anything there very quickly. Where's Warlock? At the W section. Okay, level 6. We're meant to get a subclass feature. What's the subclass feature? Great Old One. This is a bit of artwork for the Great Old One, by the way. You probably aren't going to be able to see it. This is what the artwork is for the Great Old One in the new book. Level 6 would be clairvoyant combatant, so we'll read through that, see what that is, and then pick up. Oh, there we go, right at the bottom. Interesting, it usually comes up with a symbol, but I guess that maybe is if you have a choice that you make, as opposed to something that updates. So, clairvoyant combatant, when you form a telepathic bond with a creature using your awakened mind, as per the awakened mind ability down here, you can force that creature to make a wisdom saving throw against your spell save DC. On a failed save, the creature has disadvantage on attack rolls against you, and you have advantage on attack rolls against that creature for the duration of the bond. Interesting. Once you use this feature, you can't use it until you finish a short or long rest, unless you expend a pack magic spell slot. No action required to restore your use of it. Interesting. So you can use this to basically like get inside the mind of the enemy, predicting what they're going to do, and giving them disadvantage because you know what they're going to do to attack you, and giving you advantage because you know what they're going to do to defend. So there you go, that's pretty cool. And then we'll go and choose another spell, I believe. I think we still get another spell here. Imagine, yeah. So, let's just stick to first, second and third, and we can filter them up here. What have we got that I would like to get? Anything in particular that stands out to me? Suggestion is one that I would really like to get, I think, and I think I'm going to pick it up because the other ones are pretty good. Suggestion is enchantment, and that one could be done without a spell slot, so you could suggest something to someone and cast the spell, and they would have no idea you cast it. It does say material, so I don't know. It's hard to the thing is with material components, it's so hard to decide like whether or not that is part of the somatic element, or whether or not you just need it on your person, or like holding onto a wand or a magical whatever focus that you have. I'm going to go with suggestion though, and honestly I think that levels us up again. Let's just check what's next. Anything important here? I don't think so. View character sheet. There we go, boom. We're loading. And look at that. Leveled up again, that was nice and easy. Level 6 is an easy one. 33 hit points, currently at level 6, which is relatively low. But we do have a 0 constitution, so guess. Alright, there we go. Trying to see if we've got anything else on here that we need to do. I don't believe so. How much time have we got? Hey, I say we do one more level up. Let's see. I actually don't know what we'll get as 7, so maybe we'll just check. We get another invocation, okay. Okay, well we can do that, Another spell and an invocation. So, I think we might even get a 4th level spell here, I'm not sure. Okay, so all the way to the bottom, choose a level 7 option. So we should have a few more options on here, I don't know how many. These look all more or less the same, except for Whispers of the Grave, which is a level 7. You can cast Speak with Dead without expending a spell slot, which feels very cool. I might have to do that, because Speak with Dead is just a fun spell to have. Maybe we do go with that one. Can't imagine what else I'd want to do here. Lessons of the First Ones is pretty good. I could go skilled and choose a bunch of skills. Again. I don't really want to do that though. I don't want to do that. I'm going to go with Whispers of the Grave because I think that's fun. Boom. And then we'll go over to spells. And we'll do add spells. There we go, 4th level. I'm going to pick a 4th because why not? Charm Monster, Confusion, Banishment, Blight, Dimension Door, Elemental Bane, Hallucinatory Terrain, and Summon Aberration. Now Summon Aberration feels like it's got to be the one, right? It feels like it's got to be the one to summon an aberration. And there's an idea of the spells, the stat block of the creature we would summon. Wow, Slard, Mind Flayer, Behold again. Interesting. So it does speak deep speech. So when you summon this, I'm quite interested to know. So an apparent spirit resembles an apparition of that kind, which determines stuff about his stat block, blah 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 blah. So it is the spirit of an apparition as opposed to an actual like summoning a mind flayer, which would be crazy. Bold again, you can get behind, maybe even Slard, but Mind Flayer is a weird one, I think. But I mean, it's cool, right? What does it actually do? Well, let's look at the actual. I'm just kind of like glancing at the stat block. We are probably going to learn this one. Oh, but let's take a look at the actual spell. So, depending on what it is, it gets a few different things. So, it can fly, it can move, regardless of what it is. It has a hover if it's bold again, which means it can't be knocked prone. Or it doesn't fall, basically, is what I mean. It doesn't fall if you knock it over, or knock it prone, or whatever it might be. Or reduce its speed, I think is more so what I mean. Anyway, regeneration, Slard only if the spirit gains 5 hit points at the start of its turn if it has at least 1 hit point, that's pretty good. Whispering Aura at the start of each of the spirit's turns, the spirit emits psionic energy if it doesn't have the incapacitated condition. It's a wisdom save. That each creature within 5 feet of the spirit has to make or take 2d6 psychic damage. Spirit makes a number of attacks equal to half this level, spell's level, round down. Claws for Slard. And it can't regain hit points. Wow. Eye for Balderkin, 150 foot range is pretty cool. 1d8 plus 3 plus spells level in psychic damage. And psychic slam. More or less the same thing. Wow. Really? Melee? That's weird. I don't know what. That feels like it should be a midway between these two, like maybe 30 feet. That's crazy. I feel like they've done the Mind Flayer dirty on this. But there you go, nonetheless, that's the spell. Alright, let me go back through here. All of this is the same, none of this changes. Abilities. All the same. All the same all the way through. Equipment, all the same. And then we'll view the character sheet. Maybe what we'll do at some point is maybe go through and pick some magical weapons that this character may have picked up during their adventuring career. That would be interesting and good for a warlock, but also like more than just, I don't know, a pact keeper, rod of the pact keeper or whatever it's called, because it's a bit generic. It'd be more interesting to give them like a cube of force or whatever. So there we go, guys. I think we're going to end the video there. So we've leveled Wilker's Silverflower all the way up to level 7 now. He's got on in his adventuring career, and looks like he is developing some very specific apparative skills, summoning aberrations from beyond, but also a growing connection with the water, it seems. Not necessarily that the creature is, that he is becoming a sea creature, but certainly the magic that he uses is manifesting in that way, probably because the patron is some kind of aberration of the depths, possibly an aboleth or something akin to one. But there we go, guys, there's the new sheet. Hope you enjoyed the video today. If you did, make sure to drop a like, consider subscribing to the channel if you're not already. That bell icon could use a cheeky press. And of course, make sure to check out some of the videos appearing on the side of the screen over my head right now. And I will see you in the next one, guys. Take care.